Good morning, everyone. I'm Kevin Lee Jacobs. I live in a really old house. It was built in 1826. And if you'd like to see the rooms in the house, be sure to check out my house tour videos. Anyway, the house has lots and lots of beautiful mahogany pocket doors. And when we had our floors redone recently, the floor refinishing guy is really great with old wood. And I asked him about my mahogany pocket doors because some of them were in great shape, some of them in not such great shape. And he told me a system that I could use to restore the doors. The doors are finished in shellac from the 19th century. So I don't want to do anything to remove the shellac finish, but there are things you can do to restore that shellac finish without harming anything. So here's what you'll need. So you'll need some good quality gloves to protect your hands while you're working. And these are nitrile or nitrile, I don't know how to pronounce it, gloves. You will also need some 4O, that's OOOO steel wool. It's a fine grade steel wool. You will also need some mineral spirits. Mineral spirits are a mild solvent. And you will need a straight edge razor, just in case you have any paint spatters that you have to remove. And some good old paste wax. You can buy this in any hardware store. You will also need some cheesecloth. And the most important thing you'll need is some strong coffee to give you the energy to tackle this job. A couple of problems with these doors is that in the summertime we have really humid weather. So I end up with what is probably mildew, although the mildew has not penetrated the shellac, mercifully. And then when somebody painted oil paint on the frame around the pocket doors, they got quite a few paint spatters on the wood. For instance, over here. So I'm going to try to remove all of those blemishes and really shine these doors up today. And by the way, these doors are in my dining room. So it's always a good idea to start your project from the top and work your way down. So I've saturated some fine grade, that's the 4O steel wool, with the mineral spirits. And I'm just rubbing, not too hard, along with the grain of the wood. And here is one of those pesky paint spatters. So I'm going to grab my straight edge razor and see if I can lift that paint. Yes. That works really, really well. And I am not cutting into the shellac. There we go. And just a little more rubbing here should take care of it. You'll notice as you work that the mineral spirits create this white cloud on the wood. And that's exactly what you want because it indicates that the spirits are dissolving old wax and old oil from people's hands. Hands can be very oily. Okay, so I've finished applying the mineral spirits, and as you can see, this door looks just awful now. The white clouds on the wood, again, is the hand oils, old waxes. If anyone applied lemon oil, such as me, to the doors, then that's been dissolved too. Mineral spirits are a terrific thing, and if you buy the I can't talk this morning, the low odor version, then you don't end up with this horrible chemical smell. So the next step is to apply the paste wax. So I'm going to get that set up and I'll be right back. The man who refinished my floors told me that the very best paste wax on the market is this stuff, Brie Wax. And you should be able to buy it in any respectable hardware store, meaning not my hardware store. But it comes in different tints, and this one is called dark brown. And I used this on other mahogany pocket doors in the house, and it worked really, really well. And I'm going to apply this, again, with 4O steel wool. If you buy your steel wool in little pads like this, it's a good idea to unravel them and kind of wad them up into a little ball. Then you can dip the ball into the paste wax, and it's easier to apply that way. Just use a little paste wax at a time. You don't want to apply the wax too thickly. Wow, it's already making a huge difference. So I'm going to finish this one door, and then I will show you the results. Okay. So I accidentally got some paste wax on this oil painted trim, and here again, the mineral spirits will remove that wax right away. You can move in a circular fashion if you like. Actually, I think the circular fashion is advised when you're applying paste wax. I can already see a big difference in these doors. Oh, if you're wondering why I'm using steel wool to apply the paste wax, it's because the slight roughness of the wool helps you to get into the grain of the wood. I forgot to mention that when you're working with paste wax, be sure you have decent ventilation. Paste wax has quite an aroma. Of course, if you live in an old house like mine, you'll find that you have a constant influx of fresh air, whether you want it or not. This is a very drafty old house. So I finished applying the dark paste wax to this first mahogany pocket door. And as you can see, there's quite a contrast between this door and its neighbor, which I haven't touched yet. So I'm going to let the wax dry for about 20 minutes, and then I will buff it to a shine with some, well, what is it called? With some cheesecloth. That's it. This is my least favorite job because it requires the most elbow grease, but it is the buffing of the wood. And I'm using a piece of cheesecloth, and wow, I can already see a beautiful shine coming through. And you just rub and rub and rub, and then if you want an even better shine, you reapply the paste wax. And the more times you apply the wax and then buff, the more brilliant the shine will be. And I do have one of those electric buffers that attaches to a electric drill, but I really don't like it. The pad seems to gum up right away. And if you're working with a surface like this mahogany pocket door, there are just too many panels and crevices to get into, so really the cheesecloth is your best friend. So I'll finish this door and then we will do a side-by-side comparison. So as you can see, I've finished polishing this pocket door with my handy dandy cheesecloth, and what a frickin' difference. All of the mildew is gone, all of the little paint specks are gone, and the doors are really glimmering now. I may do a second coat of paste wax and another reshining job, or maybe not. In any event, I'm going to continue and do the other pocket door now. You might want to apply the same mineral spirits and paste wax routine for some furniture in your own home. It's great for 19th century furniture. You could use it on your dining room sideboard perhaps, or a coffee table, or a bookcase. And I hope this little video was helpful to you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and post a comment below. I'll see you next time. Bye.